Hey guys, welcome to Jurassic Collectibles, and today I've got a very special review for you. I'm going to be looking at this guy. I've been very excited about getting this one. It comes all the way from Japan, and it's the Revoltech T-Rex from the Lost World. Now it came out last year in 2011, and Kaiyodo, they're a company that make these toys called Revoltech toys, and they have very unique joints in that they're very well articulated, and they all have ball joints in the knees, in the ankles, in the arms and the elbows, which makes them very, very poseable. Now, they've just done a sci-fi line which includes this T-Rex, and it also includes the Alien and some Toy Story Revoltech toys as well. So you might want to go check them out if you're a fan of those other franchises. But obviously this is Jurassic Collectibles, and here we do reviews about Jurassic Park stuff and maybe a few other things on the side. But I've been very excited about getting this one. The packaging is very, very impressive. I got this one from HobbyLink Japan. If you haven't heard of them, Google them. They get stuff from Japan at very, very good prices, and it's well worth checking out their site. If you're thinking of getting this one, get them from HobbyLink Japan, because if you compare the prices on eBay, you'll make a vast saving if you get it from HobbyLink Japan. So that's www.hobbylinkjapan.com, and I'll put a link below so you can go and have a look for yourself. Okay, so this one comes from series number 29, and it's the sci-fi range. We'll just get a closer look at the packaging, and then we'll have a look at him out of the box and some of the features that. So here you can see the lovely Japanese lettering, and it says Sci-Fi Revoltech, and Revoltech being that special brand of joint that allows for better posing and articulation. A slightly glossy looking T-Rex, I have to say. Maybe just a few too many clear coats, or maybe he's just a little bit sweaty. Maybe he's been out running and he's just built up a little sweat. And it's from the Lost World, Jurassic Park. I think it's a little bit of a shame that they didn't go for the dark brown T-Rex from Jurassic Park. That's the one that I really, really like. I'm not such a big fan of the green T-Rex, but it's cool. It's still, you know, it's still a Jurassic Park T-Rex, and the sculpt is very similar. Okay, so let's have a look here. We got Sci-Fi Revoltech number 29 T-Rex, sculpted by Matsumara Shinobu, and produced and manufactured by Kaiyodo. Series number 29, Kaiyodo. You've got the little logo at the bottom, and then on the top you've got Sci-Fi Revoltech, same information again, and then on the back we have some Japanese lettering again. And I love all this stuff. I love the way the lettering looks. I don't know what it says there, but I just love the way it looks on the packaging. There's something about Japanese lettering that's I just associate with sort of futurism and just cool things, because a lot of cool stuff comes out of Japan. So I actually like to see that on the packaging. I think it looks great, really pops. Okay, so here it's just demonstrating how you can attach the feet to the base, and the leg then attaches to those feet, allowing for posing for when you've got him on your shelf. And then it goes into the detail of the figure. So you've got T-Rex can roar, you can open his mouth, you can pose his neck, his tail bends. I'll show you more of that in a minute. There he is on his base, and option parts. So here's the base with trees, with palm trees. Comes with two types of feet, a stand, a little plaque with his name on it. And here's a demonstration of the two types of feet. So you can see, you can put him in a running pose should you choose to. And here he is in his running pose. Looks a little bit like he's posing like a sailor, but that's just my personal opinion. And then you've got a summary here, Sci-Fi Revoltech, and some black and white images behind there. Cool, so on the side we've got a a little summary of the Revoltech joint system. So you can see there, it's just demonstrating that it gives good articulation for action figures. Some more Japanese lettering, and then on this side we've got a nice profile of the T-Rex. Really nice packaging. Even if you're just a fan of Jurassic Park, it's just exciting to get packaging this good for a Jurassic Park toy. Okay, now it's held together by a Velcro button, Velcro circle, sorry, here. So that keeps the whole thing together. And then in here we've got some more Japanese lettering. And this is all right up about the T-Rex. Down here we've got some pictures of the Lost World, various dinosaurs in the Lost World. And a really nice picture of the T-Rex. So that's really nice. And then here you've got the window where he's sat. And what's cool about this is it's got the Japanese lettering there. And you can see the T-Rex. And I have taken him out of his packaging. And there's the Sci-Fi Revoltech logo there. Cool. Okay, and here's the Revoltech T-Rex out of the packaging. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is he's really small. Here's my hand, and you can see he fits very well into my palm. He's very small, but he is very well sculpted. He's got some really nice detail. I'll just turn him around so you can see the other sides. So yeah, he's a tremendous action figure. So let's just go through some of the articulation here, just to give you an example. So his mouth opens and closes. You can move his head up and down. He can turn his head, so he can actually turn his head. Now, there's actually a clip of Steven Spielberg talking about the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park during pre-production meetings. One of the things he talks about is he wants the dinosaurs just to be able to look over their shoulder, and the T-Rex can actually do that. I think that's really cool. It's almost like they've paid really close attention to detail there, or even seen that documentary and thought, right, we're going to add that in. So the head is on a ball joint, so you can actually twist it and make it look up and down in amazing poses. So that's the main thing about this action figure you're going to notice, is the posability is outstanding, and it's ratcheted as well, so you can hear it clicking, and once it ratchets it stays in that pose. So that's really nice. So yes, you can twist along here, so you can get twisting there, and then sort of this is on a ball joint. So that's cool. So the arms are on ball joints as well. You can see there. I can move those around. They're a little bit restricted by the sculpted area around them, i.e. they can only move within a certain sort of sphere or little radius of movement, but they're pretty free. You know, you can pose them pretty well, and they're really nicely detailed. You can see the underbelly there, really nicely sculpted. Okay, then we come on to the legs. So you can move these right back. You can move it past the point of the upper leg there. It looks a little odd, but it's still cool that you can get that much rotation. You can hear it ratcheting, hear the joints ratcheting. So you can push that really far, like that. And then you can ratchet the knee. So you can bend at the knee, and that's a ball joint as well. So you can get really nice articulation there. Here we've just got a swivel there in the lower leg, and then a ball joint for the foot, so you can twist the foot, you can bend it around. You've got a really nice sort of, you know, freedom of movement there. Really nice. You can hear it ratcheting again. So I can get a really nice compression in the leg there, you know, and then you can fully extend it. So, I mean, I don't know many action figure, you know, dinosaur action figures that can do this kind of, you know, posing. So that's really cool, and that's on both legs. And then at the tail here you've got a ball joint, so again it's ratcheted. There's a bit of a big seam here, but that's just to allow the tail to move and rotate around. And then here you've got a wire tail, So you can actually pose this. It's actually got a wire running down the middle. You can actually pose this tail however you like. So that's quite nice. I like to make an S if I can. So that's quite nice. I really like that. I think that's really cool that they've put a wire in there. It's really nice attention to detail. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes for articulation. And you can get some fantastic poses. I'll put him in some poses in a minute, but that's the dinosaur. So here's the base, and the trees, funnily enough, are actually on ball joints. So you can actually you can pose the trees. I don't know if anyone's a Thunderbird fan, but you used to have the trees that could bend out the way. Kind of reminds me of those. But you can pose the trees as you see fit, and then you've got two little feet imprints where you can pop him into these little pegs, and then he'll stay posed on this base. But I'll just show you some of the detail on here so you can get a closer look. So here's some of the painted detail. I'm not too sure about the mud. I think this is supposed to be like the shadow of the T-Rex, but it doesn't really work. It just kind of ends up looking like a black oily mess on the mud. But the sculpt of the base and the paintwork is absolutely amazing. The trees look almost real, really. I mean, you can see there the detail and the stamen of these prehistoric looking plants. They're fantastic. So yeah, they've done a really nice job there. Really cool. Again, not too sure about this bluey black coloration, but it's a nice base. So the T-Rex does come with this this plaque here saying the Lost World, and I think mine did say 1997, but the 7 has rubbed off. I haven't really knocked this or done anything with it, so I think it's just worn off in transit. So the T-Rex also comes with detachable feet. That's the thing about the Revoltech joints, is that the parts are detachable, so I can actually take the foot off, and you can see the ball joint there is exposed. Now the tricky part is getting this Revoltech joint to come out of the foot. The socket is really tight, so I actually have to end up using a pair of pliers, so I'll just get a pair of pliers. Okay, so I'm back with my pliers, and kids, if you're watching this, it might be best to get adult supervision so you can get a bit of strength, and also it's probably safest if you get an adult to do this bit. But with me, I have to use a pair of pliers to get this joint out, and actually I use an old rag here to soften it so that I'm not damaging the actual ratchet as well. So it's really tight, and there, it's come out now. So that's one of the downsides with these Revoltech joints, is that they're so efficient that they are really tight. So as I rotate this around, you can hear it ratchets, and that's really the science behind this this toy. It's the Revoltech joint that's very famous, and they use it in all of their toys. So now we've got the foot separate from the ratcheted joint, we can take one of the other feet, and I'll just compare them. So here's the original foot, really nicely sculpted, really detailed, and then you've got the alternative feet, which are when when the T-Rex lifts his foot off the ground. So what you do is you insert the Revoltech joint into the foot, and like I said, it's really tight, and I will have to use a pair of pliers to get this back out again. And you insert that into the hole here, just in there. So it just requires a bit of brute force. There we go. And there's the alternative foot. Now, it's not amazing looking, I have to be honest, but it does add a little bit of variation to the feet, and it looks great when he's running, because you've got that sort of relaxed foot pose that the T-Rex does actually go into in the film when he lifts his foot off the ground. In particular, in the Lost World, there is a big close-up of his feet when he stamps on a guy, and yeah, his foot is very relaxed like this, so that's cool. So putting him onto the stand is a little bit of work. He does have a little socket on his feet, on both feet, not on these relaxed ones because that's for when his feet are off the ground, but on these feet he does have little sockets for pegs, and the pegs are the little white bits on the platform there, and also there's an imprint of where his foot needs to go. So you just insert the peg into the socket like so, and he's a little bit of a press down, and then he's good to go. So here he is on the stand, and I've got him in a graceful walking pose. Now from here you could maybe open his jaw and turn his head a little bit, make him look a little bit more dynamic, and you can see how wide the jaw can go there. And then maybe we could lean him forward a little bit. And he's coming off of the base now. Let's have a look. So there we go. So now he could be attacking someone on the ground. But I mean, the possibilities are endless. So let's take the tail. So yeah, you can get some really nice poses out of this guy. So you can see there, just in a few seconds I've created quite a nice dynamic pose, and one that would look really fantastic on your shelf. I think he looks great. There's a lot of possibilities I've noticed with putting his leg up on the ferns, especially with the standing feet. You can get him to sort of put one leg up on these ferns, almost like he's climbing down from the forest. I just think there's loads of different possibilities you can go for here. Don't know if you can tell in this light, but his teeth are actually pink. It's a minor gripe, but it's important. I mean, you wouldn't have flesh-coloured teeth. It's just a bit odd that his teeth are so pink. But apart from that, the sculpt is absolutely fantastic. I'm just so impressed with it. Some of the stripes are a little bit strong. I would say the brown maybe is a little bit heavy compared to the one that we see in the film, but it is pretty spectacular for a Jurassic Park toy. So yeah, so I do have a few problems, but apart from those, it's a really nice toy, and even better, it's a great display piece. One last thing I forgot to mention is that all Revoltech toys come with a little orange box, a little transparent box, and it actually says on the bottom, it says joint revolver. So I think this is to store the Revoltech joints. You can take this guy apart and split him up into his individual pieces, which I haven't bothered doing yet because I don't see any point, but I imagine if you had sort of bipedal toys, like two-legged toys, then you could maybe interchange parts and swap legs over, but seeing as this is the only Revoltech toy I own at this point, there's no real point to take him apart. But this box does come in handy for storing his feet, so I can put his feet in there and put the lid on. It's got some holes in there so his feet can breathe, and yeah, it's quite a nice little box. So there's the Revoltech T-Rex by Kaiyodo. I've enjoyed making this review because it's quite an individual little Jurassic Park toy, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and check out my other videos for Jurassic Park toy reviews and memorabilia reviews. Okay guys, I'll see you soon.